Hello, all of you cute beans out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Timberborn. We're using the TF talkie, so transform me. We're just gonna have a little, at least small chat at the start here about our After Tomorrow's Scar campaign, our newest tabletop RPG on the channel. Go check it out. We just had our first session. But yes, that was a lot of fun. It was great. And it better continue to be great. Or else.
And yeah, I got to do my arcane blade storm like right off of the bat.
I got to bork.
Yeah, don't mind us just pulling out all of our strongest stuff right at the start.
Strong it. That's literally my only stuff. Mains can do two things besides hat tricks.
I wanted to make sure everybody got to showcase themselves in session 1, so I set up the combat. I wanted to do a radio broadcast because it was in situation story. And yes, you botched.
I didn't get to show off anything.
Look, Racer got to be the big ol' hero.
Yes, you got to show off your thing that your drawback.
I got to show off I can take a bullet. Cool.
Next time, do a flip.
Not only that, but 2 bullets.
Yeah, now don't squirm while I get those bullets out.
Through and throughs, thankfully.
Oh, good.
But no, I'm proud of that intro, thank you.
I was actually worried for you. I remember doing the dry read for the letter and how much I needed to drink after that. I can only imagine how much you needed water.
Somebody mentioned a podcast. I have actually run a podcast before. It is no longer up because I had to remove it. We made it to episode 13 or 14 before my job changed. But I did used to run an hour-long news podcast. And I'm sad it's gone and I wish I could do it again. But time and energy are a thing.
Yeah, you had the like radio voice thing and everything going as far as like the yeah, that was so good. Like
I actually wanted to do radio for a long time and I wish I would have.
Oh.
Back when I could still speak English. But maybe one day I'll do a podcast again and I'll get a bunch of people and we'll do it live here on Twitch and I'll just ramble about news like I used to because it was really fun doing that. And yes, I was not sober, and that's actually where Drunk Dragon Era even came from.
Exactly, Lipause.
But yeah, just like do like local news stories or something.
I did stupid news and serious news. So people would send me things in. One of the stories I got was in France, some bees were right next to an M&M's factory and their honey started changing colors. And it turns out they were getting the or going into the factory and getting the colors from the factory, and their honeys were sprayed that color.
That's amazing.
That's wow.
I also did a unique beer every episode that I'd go out and search for that I'd never heard of before, and that's how I found Dragon's Milk, my favorite beer. And I'd rate it on flights. If you know the joke, you know the joke. On 1 to 5 scale. You know, flights. Dragon. Flights. Flight of Dragons?
Hey, at least you aren't a blimp, though.
I mean, at least there was no stairs involved.
Alright.
Why is that making them grow?
Go to bed.
Flight of Dragons, the movie.
Well, first off, I do have a dragon form, you know. Actually, 2 of them. Secondly, I am still upset with Rex.
Yeah, it was a multiple joke. This was back in like 2010, by the way. So there was another reason why Flights was chosen. It was a joke. It's probably a good thing that joke is gone. But Oh, right. I'm gonna BRB. Cat, stop eating that. Come here. No.
Hey, Ty,
What?
how you doing?
Doing hungry.
Ah,
Go eat then.
go get some
I
food.
will.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah.
I am curious for what you thought of the system so far. It's
I
okay. I'll only
understood the Final
cry.
Fantasy VIII draw system eventually.
The
I'll
what?
get it.
He understood the Final Fantasy VIII draw system. He'll get it eventually.
I don't know what that is.
Final Fantasy VIII had the most convoluted magic system of any Final Fantasy game.
And we are okay. Basically, like, imagine that your spells are consumable items, and you need to hunt down the proper monster and give it the suck to gain more of the spell. And what you had set also developed your stat growth and
Yeah.
All
it
this
was-
does is sound terrible.
yes.
Oh, you can. There is another way to get spells. Play card games.
Yes.
I was about to say it's gambling or triple triad, isn't it?
Yeah. Or Tetramaster, I think.
Yes, it was
called.
Tetramaster in 9.
Yeah.
Same
Wait,
difference.
no, wait.
Was it? Hold on.
Shit, which one was it? Which
Let
one
me
was
check.
Tetramaster and which one was Triple Triad?
Look at these fucking nerds.
Yeah, I'm definitely not understanding anything they're talking about right now.
I understand it, but I also have like no context for the game they're particularly talking
Okay,
about.
Same.
Tetramaster was 8.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, no. I read that wrong. Tetramaster was 9. Triple Triad was 8.
Okay.
Did anyone actually... Vari, you're literally probably the only one I can ask this. Did you know anyone who was like, hold on, I've got to log off of 11. Someone wants to play Tetramaster with me.
I never had anyone do that. You're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
like-
the play online Tetramaster
Yes.
thing? No one played that.
These are words you are all using, I think.
Yeah, we are.
They're fairly
Hey.
made up words because they were made up by a Japanese. They were given to us by a Japanese company, so these words are definitely fake, but are funny.
Wow.
It is worth noting that Square was like trying to do Steam, but for consoles. That's what their goal with creating Play Online was. It proceeded to have Final Fantasy XI and the card game from Final Fantasy IX.
And then we never saw it again.
And that music that will forever trigger Final Fantasy XI players.
Oh,
Because, like, during loading screens, there was freaking elevator music.
why?
During the dial-up connection downloading an update, there was elevator music.
Why would
Yes.
they do that?
Reasons.
I would rather go bankrupt trying to put Linkin Park as my waiting music. The hell? They then never touched it again as God intended.
Yep. Oh, yeah, true. It's worse than elevator music. That is fair, Lightpaw.
I'd say something blasphemous.
Hmm?
I liked the card game when I thought I understood it.
Oh, yeah, and then it flat out lies to you with like the multiply and whatever thing.
Yeah, when I started to realize that no matter what I did, I was losing, I was like, oh wait, this game just sucks.
Oh, or what is the thing? What's the thing, Taya, where it would force you to play cards in a certain order?
What, the rule for triple triad?
Yeah.
That would be order.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless you're meaning play them in a random order, in which case that's chaos.
Oh, chaos might have been what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Why did my hand play itself? Oh.
But yeah, good times. Good times.
I am finally eating. And unfortunately, the mac and cheese has gone cold, so I warmed up in the microwave and it's nasty now. So I need to add something to this. Verb again.
Oof.
This is why you don't let mac and cheese go cold.
I was GMing for you all.
I would have understood you taking a break for mac and cheese. That is more important.
I just really hope that that tonight is not a sign of my future in this game.
Oh, yeah, like, I'm so sorry, Zoom. Oh, those rolls.
I'm glad everybody else got to show off.
I mean, you got to show off how attractable you are to bullets. But I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to put that curse upon you early in the. So you're welcome.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say it, Lightfall. Why did you say it?
If I wind
No,
up
like,
like that, I
absolutely
am quitting. Life itself.
So, Lightpaw, I heard that you're forfeiting your position as STE. How you feel?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, like, I appreciate the fact that Razor intentionally drew aggro like he did.
I mean, after I barked at him hard enough to vibrate his fucking bones, I expected him to shoot me anyway.
Or the whole, I did probably the most damage in a single attack.
Besides himself.
Yeah, like... Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go get that food now.
Yeah.
Go get that food.
Enjoy.
Lightfall.
You all stay cute.
No, you, Ty.
You too.
The weapon had volatile, by the way.
Oh, that was
Ah!
he was dumb. Got it.
I understand now.
The reason why it did so little damage is because it was actually a piece of crap.
Oh.
I assumed it was very poorly.
It was a 357. It's just this man hadn't taken care of it properly in probably 3 years.
Dude.
Hello, Gamma. And
He
that's
must
kind of
have,
the
like-
idea behind it, tier 1 stuff anyways, so.
Yeah, the main thing with that is, like, revolvers are pretty hardy. This man must have just been leaving this sucker out if it turned volatile like that. Like, I'll just leave it here in the fucking mud for, like, 6 hours while I go do something else.
That sounds plausible.
He may have passed out more than once with it in his hand still.
I'm sure it's a pun. Whatever you're going to tell me later.
Smiles and ST. I'm sad that the gun exploded on him, though, because I was expecting somebody to pick it up and hopefully use it. But now I don't
No.
get that.
No, at best, I was going to pawn it off. I was
Yeah,
going to find a small southern child and be like, go. Be southern, do crime.
Razor's not gonna be using a gun, but he took the parts. You know, he might do something with them. I haven't picked up the specialty yet, but I kind of plan to go with, like, a MacGyver crafting specialty later on.
Oh, excellent. You're going to help Maines armor his truck later.
Also, hey Zim,
Yes.
with our powers combined, we absolutely could do a blast furnace. Because we've got fire types and we've got a wind type.
I'm both! Oh, no, I'm Sonic. Yo-Yo's the...
Yeah, so we could blast furnace and smelt things. So we could break down gun parts and make other things with it.
I approve of this notion.
Well, as the Sonic type, I guess I'm just here to make the sick beat.
Yeah.
I mean, don't underestimate sick beats, you know?
I mean, Maid's got 3 heads. He can beatbox in triplicate.
Ah. Good times. Much better than, you know, punk stuff. Oh, wow, I was so expecting to get smited for that.
I think that era is away, so you
I
got
gar- I-
lucky.
I've got a
guarantee
stay
you
of
he heard it.
execution, yeah. Yeah, he heard it. So, it's going to come, but,
Yeah, well, no, instead you just have to deal with mostly country, rock, and metal. Pick himself up a banjo.
I am 100% on board with all of this. Oh yeah, we do have an Earth type to make the Crucible.
2 Earth types. 3, maybe. No, 2.
Yay, zip lines! But man, I need more, I really need more, logs. But I'm not gonna get them very soon, because I've got a drought coming, and that's gonna cause issues. I could chop down some of my trees, like my chestnut trees over here. But I don't want to because those are being used for producing chestnuts.
Zim.
Era, you are a
Ah.
wonderful friend. You are appreciated and such an amazing storyteller. I have so much fun. Thank you.
You can try and suck up. The only reason why I'm not blaring guitar through Discord right now is because Vari is here, and I've got a QP Mayo to fix my macaroni and cheese.
What? Okay. Okay. I'm not
It's
gonna.
tuna macaroni and cheese and peas, and I'm not going to ruin Vari's eardrums.
Oh. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Actually, hey, Arrow.
Yes, sir.
He left voice.
Wait, why did Vari leave?
Because I've got a new amplifier.
So Eric can play guitar.
Ah.
It hurts Vari's ears when I do this.
Aw.
Well, headphone users, my comeuppance may be coming shortly, so beware.
Get wrecked. Anyway, I am also going to dip because I have some food I want to go heat up.
Here's the fun thing about the new amp. I've got extra shit going on. Let's see where the fuck. So I don't know how loud this is going to come through right away. Because I haven't balanced it yet.
Well, you two have fun.
See
I'm
ya.
hopping out. Later.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no, what?
This drought's gonna last for 9 days.
So, please tell me if that is too loud. Is that coming through?
That's coming through.
Is it too loud?
No.
Nope, it's not playing through here yet. There we go. How about now?
No, not too loud.
Maybe it's not coming through there. I'm surprised. It should be going through there, but it's not. Hold on. Maybe I need to. Nope, still going through the wrong mic.
I mean, it sounds good.
Oh, where did my fucking delay go? I think I deleted my delay. I got a really fancy amplifier, and I can connect to it with my phone and add things.
Hello there, Frog.
Let's add. Here we go. Throw it there.
Very nice.
Delay pedals are fun.
You're happy you have bad ears?
I don't think it was coming through all that loud because the direct input isn't working, actually. So you guys can't hear it straight from the thing.
No, it was not coming through very loudly at all. But it was coming through actually at a really good volume. And very clearly.
Is it coming through clearly now?
It's been coming through very clearly. Like,
That's weird because the mic's actually picking up then.
yeah, legit, it's sounding really good.
Am I getting yelled at?
What do you mean?
He asked if I ate already. Because food was ready like several hours ago.
Jeez, I am getting all the well-being up. Cool.
How's it go?
Alright, we're turning off several of our lumber mills. We need logs more.
hopping out now.
All right, have a good night.
Bye.
All right, back over to my Discord. Bloop. Hello, Gibgap. Did you know that in terms of cuteness, you are at the top of the list? It was nice. Also, I've decided to just go ahead and skip the whole, build up a bunch of levees and wall off this section of the map. Instead, I'm just going to outright just cap this. It's going to take a lot of resources. But, once we get it done... Are you exhausted? The fuck did Shine do to you? Do I need to go have words? Yeah, exactly, Lightpaw. I get to keep the space and make use of it for other things, and it'll be great. What did you get dared to do? Oh, I don't actually need this here. Okay, we'll save those resources. This is going to be very expensive. The main problem is going to be treated planks. Gears aren't too big of a problem. Oh my god, Gib Gab. I am judging you right now, Gib Gab. So hard. But yeah, I was going to turn this into a little, lake for a source of bad water. And then I'm just like, just cap it. Just get the bad water right here. 5 head. I don't need to go over and, get it from, I don't need to make a little lake of it and pick it up that way. I'll just take it straight from the source. Also, I semi-apologize ahead of time to anybody out there, but this is going to be purposely a huge mess of things for housing in here. I want it that way. I semi-apologize for it. But this is also on purpose. Though actually, no, I do not want that there. I forgot. I was leaving the 2 spaces open for batteries. If I need them. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of stuff housing into this little area wherever I can find room. Fully on purpose. Hey, we don't have toxic pollutants over here. But yes, we do have batteries. We'll put a scarecrow there. And a little lantern here. Not that too many of them will encounter the lantern there, but still. Put one there. Well, yeah, because I don't have toxic pollutants. Just the batteries and whirring noises. How dare you disparage me? I'm going to turn off the mine for now because it requires treated planks and I need a bunch of those for this. And we've got plenty of scrap metal. And even still, we've got these ruins that we can get more from if we need it. Wait. No, we're fine. And we have survived an extended drought. Woohoo! Oh, but our water supply is definitely going down very rapidly. Oh boy. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll get it taken care of shortly. Well, we did technically survive and do just fine with this. Because we still had like 700 water left, and now the water's flowing again. Woohoo! Eventually we need to clear these thorns out because... Or actually I'll probably wind up moving this and just having the water flow that way. So this and this will be removed. I should probably build a replacement now. We'll stick it down here. Actually, better idea. Just for the aesthetics of it. Resource-wise, this is a terrible idea. But I like the idea of just putting it right here. You're not supposed to be allowing it to flow enough to actually cause flooding. The fuck?
You know, I came into a bad flow.
Oh, hello there, Okie. Pep, pep,
Hey,
my
mister.
good boy.
Back.
How's my
How's
dragon?
it going? I'm doing good. How about you, mister?
I am doing well. We're about to cap this bad water source. So that way we don't have to deal with that anymore. And things are going well.
Nice. I'm glad to see the beavers are thriving.
So what'd you go get up to while I was doing tabletop?
We did grocery shopping, and then Silver and I played some of oh gosh, I forget what it's called. A Prince of Persia. The
Oh,
Two
no.
Thrones. It is very fun. It is very jank. It is very PlayStation 2. And we played a bit of that. And then we had just been chilling since. I've been playing a bit more RuneScape on my end.
You know,
I've been
funny,
Oh.
funny enough, Prince of
I saw
Persia
the
came
pocket
up.
sand.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, the image of Dale is legendary.
Well, there it is for the rest of you.
Yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Silver will love that. I would be amazed if he hasn't seen it, but if he hasn't, it'll be an amazing flashbang. What was somebody doing parkour?
No, Taya can just randomly wind up with some, well, random stuff sometimes.
I see. That's good. A little bit of randomness is always fun. But yeah, we played that. I beat the second boss of the game, which was something. Very certainly something. Just repeating 3 steps over and over, run across the wall, kill a small monster to absorb its sand, run across another wall, turn on your slowdown time, punch a boss 6 times, it moves to the next section of the arena. Repeat that 7 times, and then mash square at the end to win. It was peak sarcasm. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
That's what matters.
Mm-hmm. Silver and I both love showing each other the terrible / weird / jank games from our childhood. And it's been like, oh god, we loved this. Oh god, we still love it.
Gibby gib gab, gibby gib 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 gib.
Oh, Gib Gab.
Did you get food and water?
I got water. Food is in the air fryer.
Fine.
Good bird.
Hi.
He had not hydrated for 20 hours. He was bad
Jesus
bird.
Christ.
Drank water
Gib Gab.
before that. It
That
counted
is-
sleep too. I was counting sleep.
Mm-mm. Still sus. Keep yourself hydrated.
Look, I was busy.
Water takes 1 minute of your day.
Not even
Yeah.
that.
Early.
Okay, but I didn't realize it until I stood up. I sat at the desk and I was like, all right, time to play games. And then I was like, wait, why does my head hurt? Hold on. Oh yeah, right,
Oh.
bodily needs. I like did the equivalent of looking at your meters in The Sims and being like, oh, it's all in red.
Oh no. Well, at least you've rectified it and are rectifying the food part of it.
20 minutes will eat.
Also, why do seeds need to go in the air fryer anyway?
Crispy.
Wispy.
I mean, have you ever had baked pumpkin seeds?
No.
We're good.
They're amazing.
You know what
Pumpkin seeds are a good seed. My favorite seeds are sunflower seeds. I can eat them by the pound, and my body hates me for it.
See, what I need is like some sort of food, and I don't know if it'll be sunflower. I'm definitely looking to try a few of them. Something that I can idly munch on or nibble, but that isn't like actual food. So like I can just eat 100 of them in a day with no adverse consequence.
Peanuts. Hands down peanuts.
I hate peanuts.
Oh, damn, that's the easy one out of the way. Sunflower seeds also work.
I know.
Just-
Normally-
just the oils can have a bit of a laxative property if you have too many of them.
Yeah, I will try them someday probably. Normally it used to be cashews, but too much salt.
I mean, you can get unsalted cashews. They're pretty tasty naked.
They don't taste good like that for me. I want the salt. I crave the salt. That's why I played League of Legends.
We'll see if you eat your cashews while playing League, you don't need to salt them.
True. Then that requires playing League of Legends.
Ah, damn. The flaw in the plan. What are some other ones? Rice cakes. They're a bit boring, but you can munch on them all you want. They're basically calorie-free, fat-free, salt-free. They're basically just textured air. That is very crunchy.
I have discovered a problem with my plan here.
Oh no.
Which is? Can't reach that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Or rather, like, I could reach it. It's more, I don't... If I put axles here, that's going to reduce the effectiveness of my gravity batteries.
You place it somewhere else?
And I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am now wishing that I had actually built the entire vertical power shaft there.
Rip.
Vertical Power Shaft
I have idea.
Is a good band name.
Vertical power shaft. It reminds me, I saw this funny YouTube short. Apparently, they brought in the. Look, I don't know enough about the music, so feel free to criticize me if I worded stupidly. But the people who made Rage Against the Machine, or is it the band name? I don't know. But apparently, the BBC brought them online or on air one day and told them like, "Hey, play some songs, but please don't swear."
Oh.
And they immediately went and were like, "F you! I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do." And they just spent like 5 minutes yelling swears at the camera while playing music.
Rage Against the Machine is legendary for those types of antics.
I respect it so much.
That's living by the lyrics you write.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like their entire brand period. So
Invites Rage Against the Machine to the BBC. They Rage Against the Machine. Surprise Pikachu face. Oh right, I have Victoria 2 open. I forgot. I was gonna play the game and I opened it 10 hours ago and then completely forgot about it, and it's just been playing the stupid music for the last 10 hours. And I am sick and tired of the music. Yeah, I have a package beer back.
turns out the bird is bird-brained.
If only Gib Gab spec'd into being like a raven or a crow. Also, hi Jets!
Yeah, apparently I don't get waved at. No, just you two.
Apparently, Jits doesn't like me.
Guys, will you please go pick up these logs before they disappear? Considering how much we've been struggling to keep logs in stock. Be okay. And of course, we're gonna give that good boy some belly rubs. Rub, 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 rub.
Yes.
Such a cutie.
Yes, yes, I am. Especially when I'm given all of the belly rubs, from top to bottom. Bark.
And now Uki's being cleaned.
Yay! I'm no longer stinky. For now.
So, Jets, I think I sent it to the wrong person, so I apologize in hindsight, but also good for begging. Pat, pat, pat. This was before the tabletop started. I just forgot until now.
So Gib Gab, what
lies
did
that were
you
being
think
spread
of
about Jits?
what did you think of the after tomorrow?
I hope your luck stays exactly the same across the entire campaign. You can become the new Ren.
So Master had bad luck.
Legit, I thought we were friends, Gib Gab. Clearly we are not.
He
That
has
is
been living-
offensive. That is legit offensive.
Okay, he has been living too much with Ren.
Oh no, the bad luck's rubbing off.
Very bad luck. How many boost did you get out of it? I don't know how many you elected to pick at the end.
Oh, that's a lot of fumbles that were accepted.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not as bad as I expected. I expected double digits from the preface, not gonna lie.
Okay, but it's
I didn't
session
have
1.
enough rolls for that.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Like after the corrections, he kept 2, and like this is session 1. You know, like as Sammy, like when I played Sammy in the Agents of Reflection, I accumulated a total of like 4 boosts to die, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure I used them in 1 session. But that's like over what, like 30 sessions? Was it something like that, Tim?
20-ish or so.
20 sessions. I accumulated 4 boost die, like 4 crit failures that I elected to keep. And Zim got 2 in session 1.
Yep.
That's so rough. I hope you have better luck in the future, Master.
Thank
You should
you.
hug me
At
before every
least,
session.
at least somebody likes me here.
No, you misunderstand. I like you. That's why I want the suffering. I'm trying out something new. Somebody recommended a new specific audio interface because of, you remember the zappy power issue I was having with mine?
Yes.
I think I figured it out, which is basically the booster isn't supposed to cost that sound. But basically I think the interface I have just provides too much noise and it isn't very good at isolating that power because it's one of those really, really cheap ones that you get when you can't afford anything else. It's like a $30 audio interface. So I think that's probably part of the problem. And I was looking for another one, but the issue is the microphone needs a lot of gain to sound decent. Which, like, I'm intended to have it about, like, this close to my mouth, and this is kind of where it's supposed to be. But also, when I am this close, it often, like, is uncomfortable. I will bump it a lot, and that makes noise that I don't want to be on stream. And if I aim it differently, then it usually picks up the keyboard or the clicking noise from the mouse. So I keep it a little farther away, at a slightly weirder angle, and it's at the right angle to reject as much background noise as possible. So I got a different one that'll hopefully provide more gain. It has a disgusting amount of gain for the price, because this is basically one of the two selling points, the other one being that it's fairly cheap, and I really want to try it out, so I want to see what it sounds like at some point, so I'm going to be fiddling with this tonight, most likely. I'll do it after stream, so that way I don't accidentally blow everyone's eardrums out by accident.
You're gonna hear bass boosted Gib Gab.
Probably not bass, more just louder.
That's good. Birds make nice noises. Exactly.
You have a weird
Squark
definition.
indeed.
Okay.
Yes, Gib Gab.
Slay the Spire, smash or pass the crow dudes that get ritual, so they boost up their power every turn.
They hit me as a little too much of crow head human body. So like they're right on the border of smash and pass.
I'm glad Oki has tastes in.
I mean, he did elect to be my pet.
Okay,
So clearly he has no taste because I am fat and ugly.
But you could
Rude.
have.
How dare you talk about my master like that?
Look, I'm just saying, you could have someone like Jits who finds Mala's accent attractive. Like, you know. At some point, it's just hopeless.
It's just to explain my methodology. To me, bird people are at their hottest when it's the whole bird. Like you get the fluffy feather chest, you get the big neck ruffles, you get the talon feet, a mixture of like weird wing, arm, hand things. Like when it's the full bird, you're getting the full bird experience with the bird people. If it's just a bird head, like we're back in raw times, then it's like, it's just a person that can peck me.
Interesting. Now I understand. You're my friend. I literally am either a volley or a bird. Everything makes so much sense now. It's either a volley or griffin.
Yeah, like Avali's are peak bird person design because they're basically just
They are
bird
fluffy
people,
space
but add more dog
raptors.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part of
They're-
a volley is when you realize they are like predators, and then you're like, oh wait, hold on. At least in my mind.
If predator, why prey shaped?
Every predator can be a prey to the right predator.
True.
It's like you have all these apex predators on Earth, and then they all fail to like the two-legged weird non-furry thing with pointy stick.
Humans should have at least kept the tail.
I know, right?
Like
I want a tail.
major L in that regard. But yeah, like I get Avali are predators, but they're also very prey shaped and they're very cute and fluffy. And double the ears means double the things you can do to set ears.
So anyway, away from the demonetizable topic,
Like ruffle them with your thumbs.
Jits, I refuse to believe you don't like Mala's accent. You said you like every accent.
No, just said no to a couple of accents.
Which ones?
The fake Southern accent is not a total turn on.
Well, that's a fake accent.
Okay, fair. I've only seen the fake ones that don't work.
Exactly.
Oh, Jits wants to be brought into the call so they can defend themselves.
I don't know, you didn't like me, so... Also, you're supposed to ask that after you join the waiting room.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, now you
We'll
can
get-
ask Jits. Now you can beg nicely to be upbeat into the streaming room.
Before Jits comes to defend themselves, griffins are also peak bird-shaped because they have the best parts of birds. Fluffy chest, talons, bird face, big beak, and the best parts of cats. The back half of cats. So, like... and usually cat ears. So, like, griffins, peak animals. Hippogriffs are second to griffins. Still great.
Big clubs, big pobs.
It's just paws over hooves. Like, hooves can be cute, but they just don't beat paws.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna let Jits in, and without letting him know, I'm gonna quickly go grab food, so he'll rant into the void for 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and ask him what he wants.
So evil.
Hi, Jits.
Okay, what is this? about
Before
me
you
liking
say anything, I expect an apology.
I'm sorry, sir. What did this couple do? Ah!
So
What did
you're
this couple do?
apologizing without even knowing your crime. That
this
is not a
couple will-
very sincere apology.
But no. A couple knows better than to question on Dragon. So if I did something wrong, I must apologize. And then ask to know what I did.
You waved at everybody else here, but not me. Clearly, you hate me.
No. You know my place. I would never. No. You're great. You're wonderful. You
I see.
have great paws and a dragon.
Oh, so it's just about my body to you.
No.
That's
I mean,
all
you're
you care
70.
about.
No. Of course not.
Treat me like like an object here?
Don't say that. You're in the stream.
Yeah, the object of your worship.
There you go. Opie said it. Thank you, okay. High five.
I see.
Yep. Sorry. Won't happen again.
Very well. Now you may go ahead.
Deep breath. Okay. Now, what is this nonsense about me like in other accent? Ah! You're Pepito. Ah!
Good kobold.
Thank you, sir. Kobold lives to your service. Ah!
Now, about how much you love Mullah's accents.
Kobolds behave. Yes, I'm allowed to wear accent, so I like their accent. It's nice and so wonderful to hear.
Okay, I will quote that.
No!
Jits, you walked into that.
I did not walk into it. I am trained better than to disobey a dragon. Oh, hi Rob. Don't worry, I didn't get checked. Stuff was being said about me, and I needed to defend myself. Yep.
Let's say Jits came in here to catch strays, but those were aimed straight for the kobold.
And
I
hello
was
there,
playing-
Rob.
I was playing Epic
Rob.
Spell Wars with
Oh,
Rob and some friends.
you abandoned Rob as well?
People were saying lies about me.
So, Rob, this time we did not tell him to come in. He was begging to be let into the voice. Just for the record.
To defend myself.
Yes, and then you
Besides-
defended yourself by saying that you like Mala's voice.
Also,
You could-
Jits and Rob, good taste. Magic Spell Wars is fantastic.
Thank you. I was a Labracador and I got murdered by adventurers. I posted the car that murdered me on media share. But first of all,
Yeah, Geeman, he is kind of out of order right now. It's adorable.
What was the spell? How silly was it? Serial killers. Oh, that makes me so nostalgic. I still wish I had my set.
what we're playing on the tabletop simulator. We should play it once. Yep, I have it.
I would love to.
I am before my brain melts for trying to argue with a dragon. What was I saying? Okay, what was I saying?
You were inviting me to play Magic Spell Wars with you.
Oh,
Epic Spell
yeah.
Wars with you.
Yeah. Don't worry about. I'll join you in a bit. I just
It's
don't know.
okay, Jits. Talk less, think less. You're just a good kobold. But go on.
No, I think that was all. And of course, Gabe Gab left. So okay, yeah, that is my cue of not letting Rob to keep no. Okay, maybe dismiss.
I mean, you are the one that begged to come in here. And it's very rude of you to do that to Rob. You need to give him a proper apology.
I am sorry, Rob. I should not have left mid-game without saying anything. This kobold made a mistake and is deeply sorry. It's deeply sorry. Please forgive me.
Do you accept, Rob? I figured a public apology was the best option here. Alright, you may go.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Bye, Jits. Really put the grovel and grovel cower and beg, that kobold did.
Oh wow, I got back just as you left. Such a shame. I totally took off my wireless
Huh.
headset. I heard nothing of what
Huh.
happened, and the only thing I'm now seeing is Jits with that quote. So what were you arguing about? You just admitted it.
That was an actual... I mean, I paraphrase... I cut it down a little bit because, you know, a lot of bottom speak in there. But that was actually what he said.
Oh wow, that's great. It's been over 2 minutes, so I can't quote it to get the context. Nope. Knowing Jits being a very good kobold and very honest and frank, I'm sure that quote was said in complete and genuine sincerity. That's why I got food. I didn't realize how hungry I was. Jesus. Also, this reminded me, son. I need to play a tabletop alongside you someday. You're too much of a gremlin. I'm too much of a gremlin. We just, like, even incidentally, we just keep bouncing each other off.
Are you both card flickers? Because I'm also a card flicker.
A what?
Card flicker. Just you flick random objects on the tabletop.
Mm-mm.
Unimportant ones. Just ones people will look for 30 minutes later.
No, but I do flip cards. I throw cards.
Are you talking violently or just for the fun of it?
Both. I threw a card hard enough one time to, like, genuinely scare someone across the room.
Good. The chaos that we need. I did try learning card throwing for a bit. I kept doing it until my cards got bent, and then I'm like, oh, they're not flying straight anymore, and I'm not buying another pack. And then I gave up learning how to throw cards.
Did Tim perish? Uh-oh. No, I mean, his stream is fine. I just quickly stepped out for a moment. But yeah, I can't believe it. Jits actually likes smallest accent. How much lower can you sink after that?
I can think of a few things, but not much. I mean, maybe we can get him to admit that he likes the Star Wars holiday special. And he likes that Mala's accent, too. Oh, yeah, Gib Gab. We skimmed through the holiday special after finishing the third of the Disney trilogy.
Oh, yeah, what
and we learned that Chewbacca's wife is named Mala.
Yep, so clearly that is where Mala got his name.
Because Mala looks like a Gungan, and they're named after Chewbacca's wife. I need no further evidence.
I'm not gonna lie. Whatever Star Wars wants to say about Chewbacca officially, I nowadays just think he's gay with Han.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, what did you think of the trilogy? At least, I'm sure you and Silver had different thoughts, but I'm curious.
Well, Silver and I actually have very similar thoughts, funnily enough. The second one was our favorite, but we do acknowledge and understand the massive plot holes and lore holes that exist within it. It just felt like the most interesting movie out of the three, because 7 and 9 were honestly kind of boring.
What did I message you with the predictions? I need to see them.
Oh, there were predictions.
Ah, yes, you did have predictions.
Okay, this was after we watched the prequel trilogy, so these were my predictions, at least for Silver. You already seem to have stronger opinions, so I was curious. So, okay. Solo, I did say I haven't watched it in long enough that I don't actually think I can reliably guess, because I took back my opinion that it was kind of boring, because I was like, I actually genuinely just don't remember enough about it. We'll need to see. For Rogue One, the opinion was first half K2SO carry, Cassian is hot, Jits will slut for his accent. A little bit meandering, but with very cool action. The entire Scarif part will get him, though. I cannot wait to see his reaction to the hallway scene. For episode, I wrote, I'm gonna guess he'll be interested out of investment, but the beginning will be the beginning being slow during Tatooine and the Death Star sneaking will probably be a little too slow, especially just coming out of Rogue One. We'll probably find the film good overall, but I don't think he'll find it a highlight. If anything, I think he'll enjoy this one the least versus the other films. Plus, I guess the last act will be much higher stakes after Rogue One. For episode 5, I wrote the slower, very beginning of the movie aside, definitely gonna like it. Most everything after the Wampa's gonna land well, even the darker tone. For episode 6, I wrote very weird one, very tonally diverse, hard to judge. I think I'll probably appreciate it the most out of the original and out of the 3, if asked. He'll find it the favorite. Helps it has the best action sequences. For episode 7, I said Silver's probably gonna like it, especially BB-8 and the chases. The scene with Han's death, absolute tearjerker. Episode 8, I wrote halfway boring, and then towards the second later half, when it all picks up and goes ham, he'll definitely enjoy it, especially if nobody complains about the lightspeed ramming scene during it. And then episode 9, I said
absolutely true.
Then in episode 9, I wrote opposite of episode 8. Probably going to find it very fun start. Movie drags down and overcomplicates, and then the ending he'll enjoy because it's all just wacky silly. And I have my issues with them, but at the very least, 100% Kylo Ren in hindsight was a standout. So I'm not sure how that matches up to the opinions, but yeah.
Yeah, Silver will have a different opinion on quite a bit of those. You picked several things that I hadn't thought to think about, at least when summarizing. I, in the end, liked Kylo Ren quite a bit as a character in the second movie, and up until he gets a phone call from his mother in the third movie. And then he kind of just became a wet noodle. The fight choreography, it's so interesting, because movie number 2 was my favorite because it was transgressive. It went against a lot of Star Wars conventions and thus felt fresh, but it also was so heavily bogged down by absurd story decisions. But I also liked Grumpy Luke.
Oh, that's so funny. I was so curious what you would think of that because I've seen so many people complain about it. I still have a friend who says he hates the prequels, especially because Luke was the way he was. I
have a friend just like that who went off on me because I was like, I love Grumpy Luke. It fits. He was always teetering on the edge of the dark side. It makes sense that he would dip a toe in it at one point. It just so happens that one point was the time that it had the most consequences, and now he hates life because of it. I genuinely like that arc for a Jedi Master because they usually die before they get to regret their mistakes. So I actually really did enjoy Grumpy Luke. It was a little over the top, but I prefer it over Qui-Gon's enthusiasm, though I love Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon did nothing wrong, and if only somebody had a Force dyad in the prequels and everything would have been perfect, because, lightsaber stab wounds aren't instantly fatal anymore, it seems.
I'm sorry, we couldn't get into a bag of cat back there.
Or getting cut in half. That's also not instantly lethal anymore either, though it never really was.
In hindsight, that was so funny to me. It's like, oh yeah, get cut in half, survivable. Get yeeted down the massive shaft, survivable. One little stab in the chest, death.
Yep. Just Qui-Gon was born with glass bones and paper skin, apparently.
Maul's just built different.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I will say in the lore, their whole explanation for that is they survive off of pure hatred. Which is still kind of bullshit, but, I mean, at least there's an explanation for why the Sith always seem to survive. Meanwhile, Jedi, it's like, oh, okay. You looked at me funny, bleh.
Why can't you survive out of love?
Well,
yeah.
That's because every Jedi becomes a Force ghost now, and even those related to Jedi.
No, Leia was a Jedi.
Kylo Ren.
But the one interesting thing I found about it is the way you say it with Kylo. Because in further retrospectives on them, and I really wish I'd been there to watch them now, in particular, just because of this thought. The reason I think episode 6, it's cool when you watch it the first time, it's big, it's loud, it's boisterous, it's very bright and shiny. But on rewatch, it only becomes interesting during specific parts. And so, my issue with episode 6 is a lot of the times, the characters can drive part of the scene forward, which is when they become interesting. But then, they don't really drive the story forward, if that makes sense.
So this is original trilogy ending, right? Episode 6?
7, sorry. I keep confusing 6 and 7, I'm sorry. 7, sorry. 7 has that issue, in particular, where, a lot of times they will drive a scene forward, they'll do an action, but it's like they're railroaded into the same plot of episode 4, basically.
Yeah, no, episode 7 being basically episode 4 again, but worse, was really grating. Also, I accidentally slurped my spicy ramen noodles, and the spice got in my sinuses. Oh boy.
Good luck.
Yeah, no, it went right up in the soft palate.
The frustrating thing about it too is they actually introduced material that I think would have fit so perfectly because, like, okay, how do we vary it up from episode 4 again? Okay, instead of, the plucky merchant, replaced like Han Solo with a dedicated resistance fighter, like a proper fighter pilot. Okay, that's an interesting change now because we're inverting it, whereas Han Solo is meant to go from like the disinterested merchant who does it's like a little too jaded, a little too worn out by the world. And now you get someone who like ideologically does not like the First Order. He is fully in against them. Okay, that's interesting. An escapee First Order stormtrooper. Okay, that's interesting. And Ray from nowhere, which is just Luke 2.0. Okay, that's fine. We can keep a little bit of the commonality there. We still need the fish out of water. But like already just
Emphasis
changing
on the
those
2.0.
Well, Look, the last movie was a tragedy unto itself.
Like, episode 7 could have gone into something good. But it was just boring. The acting direction was horrendous.
Yep.
Like, They Fly Now is painful, but at least it made me feel something. Episode 7 made me feel nothing, and I feel like that is one of the biggest crimes a movie can do. Episode
Yeah,
8
that's
made me
funny.
feel a lot of things, even though it was severely flawed. Then episode 9, it was an interesting resolution. The character acting was a lot better than in 7. I'm still mad that a certain character who was determined to self-sacrifice never got the self-sacrifice. I am sad that Rose gets a cameo and then never reappears, even though she was a queen.
Dude, I remember so many arguments about it. I remember at some point I was all in on the hate train. I hated Rose of every fiber of my being, and in hindsight, I'm like, actually, I'm not gonna lie, she had the right message. I am down. I agree with her. Peak.
Yeah, like, Rose is a good character. I like her. I'm frustrated that she saved Finn, but she, was right.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed that the main characters lost in episode 8. Like, you lose. And I really enjoyed that it was a Star Wars movie where, like, the main characters lose. And it felt like it was building up to something that hurt.
But it never actually landed.
Yep, nope. Yeah, the directorial dispute, flip-flopping between Abrams, Ryan, Abrams, is so fascinating, because I feel like we would have had a much better trilogy if either of them got to make all 3.
Oh, absolutely.
The really funny thing wasn't even that. The funniest part about it is that Rise of Skywalker was originally meant for another director. I think it was Colin Trevor. I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was meant to be 3 different directors for 3 different films. And then the third director was like, nah, we're good.
Which Disney producer with a mysteriously white mustache decided a director for each movie individually was a good thing?
In fairness, it's not inherently a bad idea, because the benefit of it would be that you can get very different directorial ideas and visions, and like it would work if you had, in fairness, like very strong directors who are also very strong writers. Like, criticize Ryan Johnson as much as you want, he knows how to write fairly well. J.J. Abrams is also not a bad writer, but I do kind of feel like these days he kind of phones it in a bit. I mean, he's just being chill, and he already has more money than he needs. And so, like, I feel like for The Force Awakens, it was not a particular passion project for him. And on top of that, Lucasfilm wasn't really assertive in pushing for a very strong overall narrative and then getting each director to take their spin on what they wrote overall. They were like, right, go do your thing, right? And for episode 7 in particular, we're talking J.J. Abrams, he's a good director, he's just not the strongest writer, with probably a very significant amount of studio pressure being like, okay, we need you to make a very good Star Wars film, we need this to earn $3 trillion because we bought Star Wars for $1 gazillion.
Wolfius, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome.
So, to a degree, I kind of almost feel like episode 7 specifically was doomed from the start without a really strong director to take those reins, and I just don't think J.J. Abrams was the right pick for it.
I also just needed a stronger premise. Like, I really do hate saying it's the original trilogy again. But, like, if you're gonna make a trilogy, it needs to be, ooh, cute plushie. It needs to be, like, something inspiring. Like, the prequels were, despite their prequelness.
Real quick about the plush.
Yes,
People could, you all could actually commission those plushies. They're $100 each. Helps out the Conrad, and you get the file for the Blender file for it afterwards, so you could put it into games or do whatever you want with it. As long as you're not reselling it or something, but just so if anybody is interested. There's also the ducks that can be commissioned for 40 each. And also, I did have so they really are so episode 7 was episode 4. Episode 8 was episode 5, but in reverse. Like, if you actually look at it, that's literally what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 9 just kind of was like, okay. Yeah, okay.
Episode 9 broke the trend. They didn't remake the movie. It was one of the movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's intended to be a remake of 6, but I don't even know if it knows what it is.
I wish they explored more of the Force dyad, because as weird as it is, it was one of the coolest parts of the films.
I think one of the reasons that I do think episode 7 and 8 differ so much, and why I think there was such an intense reception to Wade in particular, is because you're right, Tim, that episode 8 in structure is really just episode 5 in reverse to a degree. But I also did gift subs break?
Did what break?
I was saying they can't gift sub, so I'm
checking
if gift subs break.
Hello,
Is this bait?
Commander.
Well, thank you for the gift sub, Gib Gab.
Sent back up. Good luck,
You can keep it,
Commander.
man.
We are forever in your debt.
Oh, I think Jits was trying to give a gift to,
Hello, Commander. In
to,
response
Blue
your
Bat.
request, we have sent back up. Good luck,
Yeah.
Commander.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you
work
for
is
that,
your debt.
Oki.
Oh, let me check. Can we get Blue Better gifts?
Yeah, it might be the specific, trying to give to a specific person that's broken.
Maybe.
Yep, it don't work. That's weird. It'll probably fix itself eventually. Knowing Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's
I
on
was
my
gonna
mind before we go back to Star Wars Master? For the plushies, do you have a form or information about the plushies?
Why are you asking Gib Gab about that?
No, I was asking you, Master. Sorry, my words got confused. My brain is still melting from taking capsaicin directly to the sinuses.
You just messaged me about it. I send invoice,
Gotcha.
and you message me, send ref, I send invoice, and then it's added to the queue.
Got it. It was more like terms of service, those sorts of things.
Nothing in
Or
particular
still
there. Obviously,
Gotcha.
You're commissioning it, and so you're giving irrevocable permission for me to, have it on the stream here for it to be dropped or thrown, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, if that's as bad as it gets, then I don't think I'll mind. Well, I will keep that in mind the next time I am in a commissioning spree. I'm waiting on a few to get back to me, so I am
And also no
locked up at
commercial
the moment.
reuse.
No
Yeah.
commercial reuse, yes.
Yeah, that too.
Yep. Makes sense. But Kicap, you were saying?
Right. Oh god. I put a bunch of honey mustard here to eat with the fries, and I was quickly dipping it, so I went like, all right, and just threw the thing in there, and it just sinks into the honey mustard. And it's like, oh god, it's gonna be a hell of a fry to eat. But I think one of the big things is that episode 8, despite everything, intentionally felt like a remake of episode 5, but for the purpose of deconstruction. Which, like, as much as it's one of the movie's main flaws, in terms of it not fitting well with the other two in the trilogy, is also what makes the movie interesting, right? Like, the movie purposefully mirrored episode 5 and gave you, like, a much stronger argument for that. Like, if you look at episode 5, like, one of the weakest things to me is, like, Vader's all like, join me, we can rule the galaxy together, but there's no real build-up to that happening on a, like, properly. And it's like, okay, you're asking Luke to join the dark side with the hopeful reveal that, like, by telling him, I'm your father, he'll join you. After cutting off his arm.
Yep.
But, like, in episode 8, there's a much more persuasive argument for Rey to join Kylo, She's effectively been rejected by Luke. Luke is actively terrified of her. She is lost. She doesn't really have a good mentor. And Kylo isn't even telling her join the dark side. He's saying, like, join me. Fuck all of this. Leave everything in the past. We'll burn it all down. You and me can do something new together. And it's a much stronger, more persuasive argument for Rey. And it presents a much more interesting argument for the movie. Like, can you just at some point reject the Jedi, reject the Sith dark side lights? Can you, like, say screw all of that and just do things? What does that look like? What does that become? And the fact that Kylo, like, and Rey essentially in episode 9 doubled down on being Jedi and Sith, to me was both like a waste of potential, but also I even think, like, one step further, it would have been a much more interesting trilogy with much more setup for a future trilogy if they swapped Rey and Ren. If Kylo ended up redeeming himself and Rey fell into the dark side out of a lack of teaching by misguided Jedi texts that, like, taught her the past mistakes of the Jedi. She just relearned those as she ends up falling to the dark side despite trying to do good.
Really, what felt like would have made it satisfying and what Ryan was going to go for with House of Versa. He was being like, how do we twist the Star Wars...
Wolfius, do exclamation point potion. That will give you a cheat sheet for all of the TF Talkie forms. There's actually multiple dragon forms, so for my actual dragon Sona, that one is... I actually don't know what I don't labeled it as. Okay, so that one is Zim Dragon. So, line 46. I should have asked him to reformat that in a few... Probably would be better to have the species on the left instead of on the right.
It's really funny about your potion system.
What?
Yesterday I did a few different VRC rooms chatting with some, like, people, and a couple of them were into TF, and at some point they were talking about, like, TF streamers, and they were like, yeah, but like, who is the most TF centric streamer? Because there's a bunch of them, right? And at some point I was like, well, you know what? Whether he's the most TF centric one or not, right? I would say Zim probably has the most comprehensive TF system for his, like, with the stream talkies. And a couple of people just straight up went like, yeah, I don't really like watch him, but yeah, he really does. I don't understand how it works. It's so complicated. Like they offered us like, I'm not sure. It's kind of complicated, but also they were like, yeah, it's very impressive. It's really cool. I want it. So I got to sit there like, the streamer I follow has the best TF system. Brag about it.
I am all for that.
I know you are. That's why I'm mentioning it. I know regardless of whatever issues it has, the fact that I can just be like, yeah, well, you know what? My main streamer, he got the best TF system, and people will just be like, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's why you do it, I'm pretty sure. You can feel the little surge of pride from the screen.
Yes, just a little bit. But also, it's just fun.
No, of course. That's why I like TF too. Well, Wolfius, in fairness, if you keep watching, you'll gather them really quickly. I have 205,000.
They are specifically cheap for that reason, but that's alright. Are you wanting Anthro or Feral? I can at least get it started here. But yeah, if you watch, you're gonna get those points in no time. It's like every 10 minutes, I think, you get like 60 points or something.
Yeah, I've only been actually watching for about like 2 months, month and a half. And I already have 22K and I spend them pretty liberally. That shit's...
What's that for this? Jesus, how am I number 5? Disgusting.
What are those?
Yeah, I don't know what Jess is talking about.
Yeah, I got no idea, Jits.
I went to check if there's a rating in the coin in the store, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, because all I know is Streamlabs, that's it, and also swapping it for crowd control, that's the only currency conversion.
But yeah, basically, like, the main thing I was going to wrap up with it was, even if, regardless of what specific direction they would have taken, I just think, like, it really had to be one of two things. Like, if episode 9 had doubled down on episode 7, it probably would have worked better. If episode 9 had doubled down on episode 8, it probably would have worked the best, quote unquote. But then episode 9 was just special. It was a movie.
There was a point where I just accepted that we were in Starkiller territory.
Base boosted Palpatine lightning intensifies.
The fucking fart reverb SFX with his lightning.
It was
got
so
me
funny.
So hard.
Okay, I have to say, whatever the case you want to say about episode 9, I do admit that part made me feel things. It was hilarious. It may not have been good to feel those things in the climax of a Star Wars trilogy, but it was kind of peak, not gonna lie. It's like a YTP
so
put to
funny.
movie.
Like, I genuinely, there were so many points in episode 9 then I'm like, this feels like a parody. This feels like the parody video you showed me.
Mm-hmm. It's a
And
white
no,
movie.
it wasn't. I think my biggest takeaway of the Disney movies is we just need George Lucas's very special mind to do Star Wars right. I know
Yeah.
you can hate on him for some of his eccentricities, but his very
Oh,
special
hey, Viv.
mind is what makes the trilogy so cohesive. Hi, Viv.
Okay. I have a very particular opinion that the issue isn't really George or the lack of thereof. I think the issue largely comes down to, from what I know, Lucasfilm doesn't really want to make movies right now. Like obviously they're focused on their animated series and all, but I don't know if there's just like a lot of passion for making a movie. Because as far as I know, mind you, they get given a lot of leeway to kind of do what they want. But obviously there's Disney pressure to put stuff in Disney Plus, right? And that's where like a lot of the series come from, where like they could put up a proposal for a new trilogy, and if they make a very strong argument, it'll probably get accepted because, well, I mean, a new Star Wars trilogy is going to make $1 gazillion. But also, like, I'm pretty sure they have a lot less of a difficult time getting Disney to agree to make a movie series. Like, The Acolyte was insanely expensive. We're not even talking like they don't have money or that they don't want to spend the money. The Acolyte's budget was ridiculous. How much was it? Yeah, $230 million in budget, like gross budget. That's movie territory. You can make a genuine blockbuster with $230 million.
They still, I think that's the smartest approach, because the Disney trilogy, and even watching the main trilogy of Star Wars, getting to the new text crawl every time is like, I missed what now? How many years passed? How many months passed? Who died? Who did what? And if that were a TV series, we would have had some low-budget episodes to see what happened. And Star Wars is such a massive, expansive universe that you do kind of have to go slow and steady with it.
I mean, what even is a low-budget episode nowadays? All of Star Wars series cost a ton of money.
Relative to when they came out.
I mean, these came out like... The Acolyte came out not that long ago.
I'm talking about like the original trilogies, not the Acolyte, Bad Batch, anything like that.
Yeah, okay. I see what you mean now. I mean, yeah, I do think right now it's probably just a little bit of not really having a broad overall creative direction, which is thankfully what George Lucas brought to like the prequel trilogy, right? Like that was just George Lucas saying, I have an idea, I want to make a movie. I want to make some movies about it. I want to make some TV shows about it. And it's still relevant. You can still milk that cow a lot.
Yeah.
I'll definitely disagree with you on that, Wolfius. Very thoroughly. Like, I do actually like Star Wars a lot. But on the same side...
Because... Sorry, Mister, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, as somebody who just watched all 3 trilogies for the first time ever, the original first 2 trilogies are pretty damn good. Like, even seeing them with fresh eyes and not having nostalgia for them, they tell a really compelling story, and seeing the technology evolve and how they used it is fascinating. And a lot of the characters are really well driving, and there's a lot to like about Star Wars, even if you remove nostalgia.
Yeah.
And finally think again. My sinuses are no longer swollen. Oh.
See, Wolfies, it's funny because like I feel the opposite of that. Like, I feel like episode 4 out of the stories is probably the most boring one, solely because it's the most like default generic story you can get. Episode 5 and 6 already complicate things, but it becomes more interesting, and episodes 1 through 3 are a relatively poor execution of a really good story. Totally not relevant in many ways, even nowadays. George Lucas was very much ahead of its time 20 years ago. Um, but like I do think Star Wars survives largely because it's more a medium for storytelling than it is in of itself a story. Like it has its own stories, it has its own lore, but that's kind of what makes it interesting. You can take any part of the Star Wars universe and frame it to what you want it to be, right? And to me, that's kind of the real shame that there is no real, I think, cohesive part of Star Wars nowadays that's like, hey, you know what? We have this good idea, or like this person we're putting in charge of developing a new era of Star Wars has this new idea, and if you want to take the Disney Plus Disney money approach, go for it. Say, you know what, we're gonna have a trilogy of films, we're gonna go ham on them, we're gonna make a few TV shows to lead up to them, and in between the movies, we're going to release a TV show to also flesh out what happens in between, and we're going to release some books and some comics, and boom, here you go. I think if they did that, it could work really easily, because they've already kind of been doing that, and it's already what they're doing. It would just center it around some new core idea or story they want to tell. It doesn't necessarily have to like stray entirely away from what they already do, but it kind of makes me sad that Brian Johnson was going to be given a trilogy, and then they went, haha, no.
I want to see the Ryan Johnson trilogy.
I
feel
have
like they were cooking.
I have watched some of Doctor Who. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I also haven't. It hasn't dragged me in like it has others. But everybody's got their stuff that they enjoy. What was that?
It's British One Piece.
I hear it described as that, and I can only think of it as accurate, despite only knowing the Sonic Screwdriver and Weeping Angels from Doctor Who.
Oh my god. So Japan has One Piece. The Brits have Doctor Who.
And the Great British Bake Off.
We've got The Simpsons.
I mean, yeah. You're not wrong.
And Mexico is Ugly Betty.
El Chavo del Ocho.
Yep. Yeah, every time Silver tells me about Ugly Betty, I'm just like, this is an anime, but it's a live-action sitcom. Not true, Sesame Seed. Yeah, now that's... You're speaking facts there, Riley.
Yeah, there's Sesame Street.
Oh, Wolfius. You need to meet Caraway someday. What you just said is fighting words. I want to see that argument in chat. Skip everything before 2004. Oh, wait, is Caraway online?
Isn't that before the new series?
Probably, question mark.
I don't think you're going to get a very big fight off of that, because Kuroi does kind of, he is okay with people doing that.
You can be okay with it, but just like, yeah, just skip it. Like, bro, no. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, it mostly depends on the reasons for why. I feel like if you get into the weeds, it'll make sense. You know what, Riley? I will say for Australia, whatever the case is, I saw a couple of episodes of Bluey, and I was very much taken aback by how heartfelt the show is, and I have nothing if not good things to say about it, because
Bluey?
dear Lord, is it... Yeah.
Bluey
Genuinely the best piece
is
of kids media.
Amazing. I don't care how old you are. It is phenomenal.
It's, to me, it feels like one of the most heartfelt pieces of media I've watched in a long while.
Oh, holy crap, we lost track of time.
I was wondering why we were going so long, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Good conversation is good conversation. I like it. But also, we got movie night to do.
Yep, Silver is happily playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so he's not too mad, I don't think.
Go pull him by his collar.
I will go pull him by his collar. Yes.
But, all right, everybody. We do have a movie night on our Discord on Fridays, most Fridays, Saturdays, and often Sundays. So if you want to come hang out for that, come on in. Come join our Discord. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. Thank you everybody for joining us on the stream today. That was Timberborn. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to help out the channel, that you can also do so by sharing the stream around, using our Humble Bundle partner link, picking up some merch over at zgfgaming.store, or just coming by and hanging out. But for now, thank you so much for joining, everybody, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.